Guys, the channel is back once again, and today's discussion will be out about my predictions for game week 8. As you can see, once again, there is nobody sitting next to me. My father will be gone, so this week's predictions will not be counting in the total overall. Speaking about the points, it was a low scoring weekend, but I nailed it once again, beating my father by 45 points to 30, adding the total scores to 295 to 275. So, without wasting another minute, let's get started with this week's predictions. The first early Saturday kickoff, it's Tottenham versus Luton Town. Both teams won last week. Tottenham, you could say that they might have not deserved their victory after VAR favouring them, and Luton Town picking up their first ever 3 points in the Premier League. Both teams will try to continue the streak, but there is one clear favourite in this game, and that team will win. It's going to be Tottenham Hotspur. A simple, easy 3-0 victory for the Spurs and Heung-min Son to score. The second match is between Burnley and Chelsea. Chelsea finally getting back on track with the 2-0 victory over Fulham. Whereas Burnley, they did lose to Newcastle United on the weekend, but midweek they picked up their first 3 points against Luton Town. Chelsea will be hoping to continue that winning streak, and I think there's not much problems for them here at Turf Moor. So I'm going to say an away victory 2-1 and Nicholas Jackson to score. Next we have Everton versus Bournemouth. Both teams haven't started to perform this season so far. Everton, they lost to Luton Town. That was the game they must win to stay up in the league. Whereas Bournemouth yet to win. They have picked themselves up 3 points. I think there has been a lot of hype around Areola, and it has pressured him to start performing, and it's still not worked. I think now will be the time when Bournemouth pick up their first 3 points in the Premier League. 1-0 Bournemouth and Utara Dango to score. Fulham up next. They're playing Sheffield United. Fulham, they lost to Chelsea. That could have been some points for them, but this is probably the easiest game in the entire season they will face against Sheffield United, who are bottom of the league. Sheffield's only point came against Everton, and they lost to Newcastle 8-0, and their losing streak continued after a 2-0 loss to West Ham. So hopefully they will try and see that this is a possibility for them to pick up some points, and I think they will get a shock 1 point in a 1-1 draw and Archer to score. Manchester United versus Brentford back at Old Trafford. United lost once more to Crystal Palace. In midweek they lost to Galatasaray. Everything is going wrong at that club. But Brentford, they started very well, but it started to low down now after the loss to Everton and now the draw to Nottingham Forest. But remember last season early on, they beat United 4-0. I'm actually going for them to complete it and do it again. It's going to be 3-2, 5 goals distributed among both teams, but it'll be Brentford winning this game by 3-2. And the goal scorer will be Ryan Mbeumo. The next game is Crystal Palace versus Nottingham Forest. Crystal Palace, they did it at Old Trafford, whereas Nottingham Forest picked up a valuable point against Brentford, which could see them stay up possibly. At the end, it will be every point that matters. So I think Crystal Palace have been blown with injuries. Olise, Edward, Eze. But there is one main man who's still in the squad. It's Jean-Philippe Mateta, and he will score the goal in, I'm going to sit on the fence, 1-1. Next game, Brighton versus Liverpool. This is one of the games of the week, but there are a few others as well. Brighton had a shocking loss to Aston Villa, 6-1. I can't still believe it. Although on the bright side, Ansu Fati scored his first ever goal in the Brighton t-shirt. They will be hoping to bounce back, but they're not playing an easy side in Liverpool, who were hoping for the replay against Tottenham Hotspur. Now I don't think that will happen, but it would have been fair if it happened, as the VAR decisions totally influenced the game. This is not football. This is VAR all the time. So we really need to fix this sport up. However, I really think that Liverpool is a different level from Brighton Hove and Albion here, and it will be An easy game, a 3-1 victory, and Mohamed Salah scores. And up next, another one of the matches of the week, West Ham United versus Brighton versus Newcastle United. Newcastle United smashed Paris Saint-Germain. I'm still trying to process that. 4-1. Miguel Almiron on the score sheet. Many others as well. And it's working for the Geordies. In the Champions League, they are top of their group currently. In the Premier League, they beat Burnley. Everything is coming back for them. West Ham United too had European distractions. They won a game in their Conference League group, in their Europa League group. So now both teams will be trying to sneak 3 points here. But I think I'll have to sit on the fence for this one. A 1-all draw. Paqueta to score. Next up we have Wolves versus Aston Villa. Wolves did the shock victory over Manchester City, whereas Aston Villa did just as big as the shock, overcoming Brighton by 6-1. Ollie Watkins on the hat-trick. I think, however, there'll be another star. Aston Villa, they're high flying. I don't think this is the worst time for Wolves to play them. They will score 4 goals, and Moussa Diaby will get a brace. It's the match of the week. It could be the title race decider. Arsenal versus City. Arsenal, they got themselves the victory over Bournemouth 4-0, but they lost to Lens in the Champions League. And the bigger blow, Bukayo Saka is out for this match. That could really influence the Gunners' chances in this game. However, they couldn't be playing City at a better time. City going 2 losses in a row, but they stopped that run after a 3-1 victory over Leipzig. It was Jeremy Doku and Julian Alvarez who scored 2 goals after the 80th minute to win it for City. I think this game will not live up to the hype it was supposed to, but it'll still be a cracker. It'll be a 1-all draw and Gabriel Martinelli to score. So that's all for this video, guys. Smash the like button and hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. Thank you.